It's me, earthmanbrick, and we're back with a new toy to unbox. So we've got here Hot Soldiers Goldbug. Now you might be thinking, what the hell is Goldbug? Well, in the G1 show, there was a very popular character who ended up getting his own movie called Bumblebee. And yeah, Bumblebee was traditional sort of kind of I forget the make of the car, but it was originally called the Penny Racers, and he was like one of the most he was one of the first Transformers that ever came out. And I think like towards the end of the show, when they brought Optimus Prime back, so it was after the movie, the 1986 one, in the TV show, Bumblebee was damaged and he was rebuilt as Goldbug. Goldbug has always been a kind of a staple character from that point onward, which there wasn't many episodes of the show left at that point. But yeah, Goldbug was in fact actually, if I use the jiggery-pokery system thingy here, yep, he was one of the throttle bots. You can see it there. Throttle bots. Now, what does that mean? Well, it says it's motorized, pull it back and watch it go. And it had a spring-loaded mechanism, so you would just pull it back and then it would fly forward at alarming speed. And yeah, there was like 6 throttle bots, and they all had the same gimmick, the same mechanism. They were all very affordably priced as well. And yeah, if you want to find out more about the throttle bots, Rodimus Primal, another channel, he's got a great video that kind of delves into it, and you can find out all the necessary details. But enough about all that in the history of the character. Let's go to unboxing this bad boy. So this is a Hot Soldiers company which doesn't seem to be kicking about anymore. But yeah, they did a whole series of products and stuff. Oh, there he is. He's already transformed. And yeah, you get a whole bunch of cool stuff. Let's have a quick peek at the box first. So you've got they did their own version of Ratchet, and these are kind of a core class scale for these. Yep, it's the same from the back to front, more or less. It's a more kind of G1 style box art. But yeah, very cool. So, put that box out the way. And let's see what we get all in here. So, on the underside, we've got a list of other available Transformers you can get from the Hot Soldiers. Probably a lot more difficult to get them now because, yeah, they don't seem to be making any new ones. So they've got the Bumblebee, you've got Cliff Jumper, you've got Ravage, that's Ironhide, Ratchet, Ratbat, Laserbeak. These two are the cassettes that can fit in either Soundwave or Sound Blaster. Sound Blaster never came out in the UK. He was a Japanese exclusive. It's basically a recolor of Soundwave, and he could hold an extra cassette, so you could hold, rather than just one, you could hold 2. And they did the same thing with Blaster as well. They turned him into Twincast, which is kind of like a blue version of him. Again, it was just a retool of the whole thing. I'm not going to bother looking at the instructions. I think it's easy enough to transform these guys. So I'll just take off that part there. And here he is. He does have optional head there, so that's like a Bumblebee style head. And these are for the backpack. And he comes with 2 pistols. And that's the original satellite from the first episode, when it flies around and goes, explore, explore, and finds all the vehicle modes for the Transformers to transform into. And let me just have a look at this. So yeah, he's got a bit of articulation. Looks like it's a ball joint there. No ankle pivots. There's no wrist articulation there. I think these were quite early. In fact, if I check the box, I can find the year it was made, so we can have a rough idea. So 2017, so yeah, nearly a decade ago. So yeah, it's these guys are cheap and cheerful. You can usually pick them up for about what is it, 15 to 30 quid. Yeah, not bad. Very hollow at the back. There's nothing to kind of clasp over or tidy it up. But yeah, it's pretty cool. And I've got the recent Bumblebee that was released here. This is the official one. It's got weapon storage at the back, which is pretty cool. It just sort of pops in here. And I just thought I'd do a kind of a skill comparison. You can kind of tell by the wheels there that this guy's a bit more massive. So he's core class. This is what they would call the size class for this one would be deluxe. And we've done a core class one recently, so let's have a look for a size comparison. Yeah, that's definitely it's a little bit taller than core class, but it is within that kind of size classification. Now, this one here does have an Autobot symbol on the front. I think that's a sticker that someone's put on there, because if you look at the box art here, definitely doesn't have an Autobot symbol. So, and because I got this one second hand, I think yeah, that's what the original owner did. Oh, and yeah, there's no ball joint or anything at the knee. Oh yeah, his leg can only go out that far. You can't go all the way back. So yeah, very limited articulation on this one, but the size class, it's not too bad. Funnily enough, I think you get better articulation on the Doctor Who ones, which are Micromaster scale, which are much smaller. Or probably about the same, to be honest. So I think you just kind of flip the head, and you flip it back, but there's something in the way. Yeah, there's this part here, which I think maybe is meant to form the back. Let's see, if we fold the arms in, yeah, we're not going to get enough clearance to move that whole bit. Not quite sure how we get that out. Otherwise, maybe just have to... pop out this satellite. Oh, and these seem to be on miniature ball joints here. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I don't mind that. And I'm going to try and use it to pick this part out. If that is indeed the right way to transform it. Doesn't feel like it's got the best quality plastic involved here. I think this is what tends to happen with the gold colored plastic. It tends not to be quite as strong. Maybe I'm getting this up. Ah, there we go. So the front pops open and then it spins round this way. That makes more sense. There we go. So that's partially transformed. Flip the arms round. Yeah, it looks very simple. Oh, maybe need to get the legs in there first. Pulling those out. Make these flip all the way down. No, I think that's wrong. It's meant to go this way round. There we go. These pop in. There we go. And then this whole part, I think, is on a double hinge. I'm hearing a lot of creaking noises, which isn't a good sign. There we go. So if we get the arms in, I think you're meant to rotate them round. And then they jimmy in. So rotate the arm around. That folds in. And that's him in his car mode. The wheels are a bit of a tight fit there. It's almost like they're glancing off the rims. But yeah, it does tidy up quite nicely. There's not too much gum sticking around. Yeah, the sticker placement's good. So let's see with the back bitties here. So yeah, it looks like the head just pops on and off. Not sure I'll be able to flip the head around with these arms in now. Probably should have done that before. Hindsight and all that. Yeah, not going to be able to get that back out again. Not without fully transforming it. But yeah, I think he looks pretty cool. And this little bumblebee head sculpt looks pretty nifty. Like it's the same gold plastic as everything else as well. Painted windows with a nice glossy kind of finish. Yeah, that's and size-wise, this is about the same size as the original toy. Whereas this one, it's bloody massive. Yeah. No, this scale kind of wearing on. It's pretty cool. But yeah, that's our little Goldbug. Try and transform him back now. See if I watch me hopelessly do that. But first, I think I'm going to do a little diorama. So I've got what is it, this forklift truck, which I got from, this was an MDF kit from TT Combat. I've jazzed it up slightly, added little cable ties and bits here and there, just to kind of spruce it up, pipes and things, rhinestones and stuff to add lights, added this bit of wire here to act as a kind of a clutch for the thing. Yeah. And little hoops and things in there, that's just more wire. Just to give it that kind of realistic kind of look and vibe. Yeah, solid kit. It's part of the warehouse machinery one, which they've since stopped doing. Yeah. Which is kind of baffling, because I think back in the day you could get it for about £5, which was an absolute bargain. And then they jacked up the price to 12 quid. And I was like, that seems a bit much. Because it was just one MDF sheet and one grey board, which is basically a card sheet. And then you just assemble it all up. But yeah, apparently not a good seller. Lights on the back, more bits of cable tie there. Another drilled and pinned hoop of wire. Yeah, enjoyed making that up. I made this up as well. You can see that's a cable tie feed. Cable ties for the door frames. And that's a corrugated card from the, what is it, the insulation layer from a coffee cup to make the garage door. And then the signage I just got from a PPE catalogue. The rest is all just cardboard. I just made it double-sided. Again, this was part of a video that I did before. I'll put a link below if you want to try your hand at making it. Oh, and the door handle there, that's just a square of cable tie, and then I drilled and pinned a bit of wire to make a door handle. Again, works very cheap and cheerful. And then the light, that was me practicing OBS, which is Object Source Lighting. And then just putting on paint and then just hitting light on the parts of the parts where the light would reflect off certain surfaces, just to give that illusion of a glow. It's just me practicing with red there. Yeah, it was just experimenting really. And I've got this I got from, I think it was one of those kits. Was what was it? It was Mantic Games. They've got a whole bunch of different games like Walking Dead and such like, and they've got these kind of mats, which are just kind of made of paper, a kind of semi-gloss finish. Not overly mean or bad. But yeah, just make a small little diorama, take a picture, and yeah, you'll see that at the end. But that's all I've got for you today. So, thanks again for watching, and bye.